Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
It's the In Wheel Time car talk show. Just ahead, head of the Jeep brand, Jim Morrison, joins us to talk about what we can look forward to in 2022. Conrad has the cruise-in calendar. He does. And we'll have This Week in Auto History, along with the stories making car news this week. All just ahead on today's In Wheel Time car show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more. Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday as we await the arrival of Jim Morrison on our Zoom system here.
He's coming. He's there.
Pardon me?
He's almost
Zoom.
here.
Is he? He's almost here.
He's
got his Jeep clothes on.
Yeah.
Does he? Okay. So
and I guess he can hear us because he's smiling now.
He's smiling.
hello, Jim. It's good to see you.
You ready?
Hey, good to see all you guys.
Well, how have you been? Are you surviving the the 1 week winter that you've had up there?
Yeah, down into the single digits here, and
Okay.
horses.
Mr. Morris, we're going to have to. Is it on his end?
Yeah.
It's on his end. So we're getting a little delay and breakup. I don't know whether you're on a landline or what you are, but anyway, if we can reestablish contact with him, Mr. Morris, because I definitely want to talk to him about the new Grand Cherokee that I'm driving. Mm-hmm. Did you see it out there?
It's gorgeous. I mean, stunningly gorgeous.
You ought to see the inside.
That is so beautiful.
We were each supposed to get one, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. All of us.
That's not going to happen. It just so happened that my delivery of this vehicle, my weekly driver, happened to happen on Thursday. Thought, how timely. Good, because we're going to talk to Jim. Perfect timing. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk to him about the new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Because
it's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, on the inside.
And the interior is.
And you didn't even see.
A new level.
Because you didn't even see what is on the interior. And that is on the passenger side, the front passenger side.
Don't spoil it.
It now has its own touchscreen up there.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
No, I didn't.
Yes. Well, when we get off the air, I'll show it to you. But it's really cool. And it's got that glass on the front of it that only the person that sits in front of it can see.
See it, right.
Yeah. So no distracted driving.
Shadow glass or something.
Yeah, whatever you want to call that. But it's really cool, and we'll talk to him about that. But and I'll have the review of it next week. We're going to try him again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good?
It sounds good in my ear. But...
All right, Jim, we're going to try it again here. Let's see how you are now.
Oh, beautiful.
How's this working?
Well, it sounds good so far.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
You look like you're all bundled up for cold weather there.
Are you bundled up for cold weather? Are you outside?
Yeah, I'm thawing out. Yeah, no, I was out early working with the horses, and now it was down to the single digits here this morning in the front. So it's something the rest of the country has to deal with. I know you guys are.
Yeah, it's real cold. It's real.
Texas.
Well, I was touting the fact that it just so happened by mystery that I got delivery of the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee just on Thursday. How odd that I would get that, and then I get to talk to you about it.
Perfect timing.
I know.
That works out good. Yeah, the new Grand Cherokee's doing well for us. We finished off our 80th anniversary strong with lots of sales records, and most importantly, lots of new customers coming to the brand with that new Grand Cherokee.
Well, I have to tell you, and I, it's just little things, Jim, and especially to you guys, I know. But to me, that touch screen that sits in front of the front passenger up there, wow, that's a game changer.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know if we've showed you how to work it yet, but you can actually start your Amazon Prime show in your living room, and then carry it over to the Jeep, and then watch it the rest of the way on your trip in the Jeep. So it's pretty cool. Or you can have a nav. You can type in where you want to go on the nav, and they can swipe it over to to the driver. It's some pretty cool technology.
Oh man, I absolutely love it.
Screen, yeah.
But to get to the actual vehicle itself, two things that I noticed right off the bat is the air suspension, the Jeep Quadralift air suspension on the thing gives it a whole different driving dynamic. And man, I'm telling you, it's like a limousine now.
Yeah, the designers and engineers did a really nice job with that. It drives like a sports car. Yet it does really cool Jeep things. Like we actually climbed it up, the old lines back in Moab, which was at 60 degrees. It's crazy capable, but it's amazing how it drives like a car, almost corners like a sports car, and then it cranks you up to almost 11 inches of ground clearance with the air suspension, or it hunkers down at speed to lower the center of gravity and better the fuel economy. And then actually my favorite is you can drop it right down to get in and out of it really easy, or sneak under your horse trailer and back it up so you don't have to get out of the
Oh,
that's
genius. That's smart.
It's pretty slick. Yeah.
The other thing that I noticed, I took it out to lunch yesterday and drove it on the freeway. How quiet it is, and I'm actually the passenger that I had with me was the pilot in the helicopter, and he says, "Man, this thing is really quiet." Now he owns almost a 10-year-old Jaguar. He says this is quieter than the Jag. I said, "I know it really is." And obviously, there's been a lot of thought and effort put into that, and the fact of a quiet cabin.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think we've got Grand Cherokee was always known for capability and being very luxurious, but the team has really stepped it up. But whether it's the ride dynamics that we talked about or the craftsmanship, that interior is second to none in its class. All the real wood, the way the team has put it together, it really makes you feel warm and comfortable. With all of the interfaces that we've got, it's really good, and it's evolved over the years. We've got over 2 million Grand Cherokee customers, and we listen to them, and they've said, "Hey, we like this, we like this, we like to do this," and it's kind of evolved over the years, and it's really put it in the state today where it's at the top of the game. You guys, in Texas, gave it a win in the midsize category for showing off that it was the best in its game, and it really is. The team has done a great job with that craftsmanship showing through and through.
Yeah, and it's already winning awards. I did want to talk to you about the powertrains that you offer in it. It's got the standard V6 in it, but you still offer a V8, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, we've got the full spectrum. We've got our proven V6 Pentastar. We've got a V8, if you want even more horsepower and torque. And then we've got, later this spring, we'll be rolling out the electric Grand Cherokee, the Grand Cherokee that we call 4xe. Basically the same system that you guys tested, and named the green SUV of Texas with the Wrangler. That's now in the new Grand Cherokee. And I can tell you, I drove it with those days. And I want to give it back. It's so much fun. 470 torque. It's actually faster than the V8. It's a blast to drive, but then you put it in all electric mode and it's completely quiet. And not that you guys will get to experience that, or hopefully not again this year, but driving around in the snow, all you can hear is the crunching of the snow under the tires. It's really a cool, really a cool sensation.
Well, the other thing.
Quietly in the snow.
Yes. Well, one of the other things, too, that I wanted to tout about the vehicle is the fact that you offer it in many different trim levels. And that is really important, not only because of the fact that, you can walk in there and say, okay, this is my price point. What can I get for this? It drills it all down for you. But you can get the one that's loaded out. I got the Summit, the limited Summit out there, and it is loaded to the hilt, and it's still below $70,000. This thing has everything, and it's all done so tastefully, so nice, so cool. The real wood, the quilted leather.
I was going to say the seats are gorgeous. I haven't sat in one yet, but they're just visually really, really gorgeous looking seats.
Yeah, that interior team you guys got up there, they obviously, if they haven't won any awards, they've now won all of our awards that we can give them.
Yeah. Chris is our head designer, and he's done a great job, here, and owe him a lot of thanks for, it's all the fine details. It's like, okay, spend the time, touch all the leathers, pick the right leather, spend all the time, get the colors exactly right, but then make sure it's right down to the millimeter fitting perfectly. And it's all of that stuff that, that comes together nicely. I just, thank them, because it's great, because for those people that spend a lot of time in their Jeeps, it's nice. And you're right. When you sit in it, you won't want to get out. It makes you feel like $1 million. It's got massaging seats, it's got heated seats, it's got cooled seats, memory on both sides. In fact, you can take that $70,000 Summit, and you can take it toe to toe with a $200,000 Range Rover, and you know what? It wins. And it's incredible. We've got a lot of customers actually right now trading in those kind of cars, and they're like, "Hey, this is the best SUV in the marketplace today, bar none." Like, we got it because it was the best. And with the full family of Grand Cherokees that we've got, our traditional 2-row, our L, our 3-row with the first time Grand Cherokee, and now adding in electrification. So having an electric Grand Cherokee for the first time as well, we've really got 3 franchises almost within Grand Cherokee. So lots of reasons to check out the new Grand Cherokee, and most importantly, lots of reasons to keep our loyal customers loyal, and keep our Grand Cherokee customers happy and part of the Jeep family.
Well, I have to tell you that another thought that I had yesterday about the new Grand Cherokee is the fact that this level of the Cherokee is now up. This competes head to head with anything that the traditional luxury car makers, BMW, Lexus, Audi, any of those, I think that it beats most of those in most cases, especially on the interior. I mean, not only does it look good on the outside, and thank you for not straying too far away from the last model design. I think that the exterior really speaks for itself. It's updated just enough to let you know that it is a 2022 model and it is a new design, but it doesn't go off the charts.
And they're all trail rated. Yes. That's the key versus all the others you named. You're not going to take any of those off road. This is going to be comfortable to go off road.
And I think you need to thank Jim for doing a car review for you for next week.
Yeah. Thanks, Jim. We're just going to play back this interview. You don't care, do you?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of cool, and that's the neat space that the Jeep has, because we're true to our roots, and after 80 years, it's still what's defined us was off-road capability, and we haven't strayed from that. This thing is the most capable Grand Cherokee, and it even is more capable than the one before. And people come to expect that from Jeep, but it's also the great reason to have one. And it'll get you to the fishing spot. And it'll get you to the fishing spot you never thought you could get to. But then you can still, wash it up and go and pick your mother-in-law up for church, and it's perfect. She knows you've succeeded, and you got to your favorite fishing spot, and you have the best, four-wheel drive, and now the best interior on the market. So
well, and another cool piece on the retail side of it is we're starting to see more and more single-line Jeep dealerships open up as well, that the customers can go in and, they're all associated with the CDJR, but now they have a Jeep sales facility that's single-line, and that's actually pretty cool, so you can go in and get that full Jeep experience.
And that's I have to thank all of our dealers that are doing that, but it's such a nice environment. You surround yourself in all of the, the connections to nature, and they're focused just on the Jeep products.
Right.
And, it's great to deliver a great customer experience. Every Jeep now has Jeep Wave, so, no charge maintenance for our vehicles as well. and it's a great experience. We're really focusing even more and more on the customer experience.
Jim, I wouldn't be doing my job unless I asked you about the microchip crisis and how it's affecting production and how you guys are handling it.
Our supply chain and our production guys aren't sleeping. It's been a gigantic pain in the ass. But our teams are doing a fantastic job. And it's interesting. A year ago, I don't think I probably knew how to spell microchip. And now I can tell you where every one of them are in every Jeep and where they're sourced and how long it takes for them to get out of the plant and get to our plant. Because we're right down to it. Happy to report that we grew our retail sales last year, even in this crisis. So, having more sales in a year with, a lot of challenges at the plant meant, our teams did a lot of really nice things and really hard things to keep the plants humming. But one of the things that has changed is we're doing a whole lot more sold orders, which is, a different way to do business. But our customers are going into the dealership, they're selecting the exact Jeep they want, and we're trying to build it for them in 45 or 65 days. And when we're able to do that, then they get exactly what they want. A little bit of a delay, but we're still rolling it out, and being able to grow, sales in this sort of environment means that we've got a really good team of supply chain people working around the clock to make that happen. But it hasn't been easy, I can tell you.
I would definitely be willing to wait for that one that's right behind you over your left ear, that black.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be the one I would want. Right there, yes, sir. I like that.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I drove over the holidays. It's that electric 4xe, we call it. I mean, 470 pound-feet of torque. It's crazy fast, and it's light and fast and quiet at the same time. But then you can put all of that torque to the ground with quad drive too, and it'll climb up a wall. It's really incredible. So if you go to Jeep.com, we actually show that Jeep over there, which is right behind. It climbs up, and it's crazy. I had the Jeep Jamboree guys helping me, but it was literally almost straight up with that thing, and it just moved the torque around and dug its way in, and up it went. And most of our customers won't do anything crazy like that, we know, with the Grand Cherokee, but man, it's sure good to know your Grand Cherokee is the best, and you have the best one. So
Jim, are you coming?
In a storm,
are you coming down to Houston for our car show?
I need to, because I think you guys are handing out a bunch of awards, and I love to. Hopefully, we keep on track with the auto shows, but really looking forward to it. Yes.
All right. Well, it's great to talk to you. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your Saturday to talk to us. Get back to the horses. Where is the cat, by the way? We're missing the cat.
Yep.
Elliot, I should have had Elliot. I just was talking about Elliot. We should have brought him in for that. It's a little bit too cold outside for him, so he's hunkered down, hiding somewhere.
Jim, we love you, man. Thanks so much for taking the time for us today, and we will see you at the end of the month at the car show.
Good to see you guys.
Thanks, Jim.
You bet.
Jim Morrison, head of the Jeep brand. It's always good to talk to him.
Fun.
I'm sorry. Thanks for joining us today for the In Wheel Time Car Show. Time now for the Cruise In calendar. And I think I mentioned earlier in one of the other segments that the Chrome and Coffee first Sunday of every month is moved from Prince's over to the Avalon Diner out here at the Fountains off of 59 and Highway 90A. So put that on your calendar. That's a great event, a great breakfast being served at the Avalon Diner, and Craig welcomes all of the cruisers to come on over and join him.
So Saturday, January 15th is going to be track casual track night at Speed Sport up there in Conroe, which is the go-kart track. They're going to have a car show. Chaos Park and Chill is Sunday, January 16th from 2 to 5 p.m., and that's at 1540 South Mason Road in Katy. Saturday, January 22nd, Rudy's Fire 'em Up Car and Truck Show, and that's at the Rudy's at Tomball Parkway. Ford versus F-Bodies is January 23rd, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that's at 13210 Hempstead Highway. Sunday, January 30th is Freddy's League City Car and Truck Show, and that's at the Freddy's Steak Burgers at 2795 Gulf Freeway South in League City. And then on February 5th, the Come Show Off Your Cool Vintage Car in Cold Spring Courthouse Square. Enjoy donuts and take your time talking to other car enthusiasts.
Donuts.
Donuts.
I like donuts.
Did you see the picture I posted on Facebook of the cop pulling over the
donut truck?
Yeah.
This could go one
So
of
go
two
on our
ways.
Facebook page and give us a good caption to that picture.
There you go.
And then, of course, February 25th through the 27th is Lone Star Throwdown at the Lone Star Convention Center.
That's not a
Conroe.
cruise-in.
No, but it's an event.
It is an event.
It is an event. I'll be there.
We'll all be there. Yeah. So we hope that you'll be there too. Join us. Look for us. Shoot us the finger as you drive by.
They usually do.
They usually do.
Do something different.
Time now for this hour's car review. I had an opportunity to drive the 2022 Chevrolet Trailblazer. It comes in several trim levels: the LS, the LT, the Active, and the RS. I had the all-wheel drive RS. This is considered a small SUV, seats 5 people. Exterior changes from last model year. It's all new for 2021. What?
Nothing.
You're pointing at something.
Yeah, he's
Go.
slapping me and pointing at something.
Nothing. Go ahead.
I can only imagine what you're doing over there.
Yeah.
Exterior features. A Camaro-like front end. Sporty looking. Body style lines add character to it. You can see it very well there on that. It kind of jumped in there to
Yep,
the
it did.
interior.
Yep.
Dual exhaust and overall nice design of the rear end. What I liked about it, the paint options include a white roof for some extra dough. That one there has a black roof.
Well, in Houston, the white roof's pretty good because it's going to reflect some of that heat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think that they have if they do have a sunroof option, don't get it.
You don't want it.
What could use improvement? Wheel options may not be my cup of tea, but that's just who I am. Interior highlights, built into the dash infotainment screen instead of it sitting alone out there by its lonesome self like somebody had an afterthought and stuck it up on the top of the dash. Infotainment screen built in? Yes.
You like that.
Thoughtful dash layout and color options. And the higher you go up on the food chart there, the more color options there are available to you. And it really does look good with the two-tone interior colors. Comfortable seating, accent colors add to a more upscale look. Cargo room, more than you think, especially with the second row up. I was kind of surprised at that. What I liked about it, the overall look of the interior gets an A+ in my mind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What could use improvement? Some of the hard plastic surfaces, I would say that they could probably do a little bit better job there, but I'm really fishing to try to find something.
You're picking nits.
I am. Get this. It comes with a 1.3-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, which is optional. The optional one is the one that has 155 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque. You're going, you got to be kidding me. But remember, it's a small, tiny little SUV.
A CUV.
9-speed automatic transmission, tow rating. Don't bother. Miles per gallon, here's what pays off. 26 city, 30 highway.
Wow.
For a combined of 28, I got 30.2 miles per gallon.
Wow.
Over 245 miles. What I liked about it, the power-to-weight ratio for this little thing works well. What could use improvement? A little bit better job, I think, on the slow down shifts. So if you're on the highway doing 70 and you need to get around somebody, it has to think about it a little bit.
Well, and they've got to find that balance from think about it a little bit or go down 4 gears and go to 6,000 RPM. So somewhere they've got to find a little bit of
sweet
balance
spot,
in that, right?
Well, but we've talked about that before. You know, small engine with those big transmissions, that's just an inherent problem. Like you said, got to find the right mix.
Yep. What I liked about the ride and handling, it is perfect for this class of crossover. Nice ride, easy handling. Nothing could use improvement there. Here is also the bargain on this whole thing. The base trim price, $27,200.
Wow.
My loaded up, if you want to call it that, little SUV was $31,505.
Not bad.
Oh, that's a small jump.
Get this. You can get into one for $21,600. $21,600
Really?
is the base price on this thing. Yeah. I was impressed with this.
Well, and negotiated price and any kind of rebates and stuff, you might be able to go sub 20.
Are there any rebates?
Probably not right now because there's no inventory.
Yeah.
But I am seeing inventory is increasing at all the dealerships as I'm driving around.
Yeah, a little
So
bit.
That's very good news.
Yeah, and like Jim said, they're able to. They're doing okay, despite the chip crisis.
And one of the things he did say is that you can order one 45 to 65 days.
Right.
And get it to where you want it.
And I will say this, that even though that when you're ready to buy a vehicle, you're ready to buy it. I want it now.
It's an
Kind of like
emotional
Jim
purchase.
McInvale
Fever's
says,
bad.
buy it today, we'll deliver it in 3 to 4 hours. Well, I know that there's a huge satisfaction thing to go to a dealership, buy the car, and drive it home. But if you really want to do it the right way, order it and then wait.
Which is kind of where the market moved. It's been buy from inventory for 15, 20
but the inventory's
years
been
now.
huge.
Yeah, so 15, 20 years because he had such a good selection of inventory, where now it is very much moved towards order and wait,
Right.
because there's no inventory. And the thing that happens in the order and wait is you may order the $21,000 truck or SUV that takes 7 chips, or you may order the $31,000 SUV that takes 9 chips. And like Jim was saying, their people are out scavenging as many chips as they can, knowing what component they go to, so they can adjust their build
Prioritize it.
and prioritize your build because they have those chips available for it.
But if you think about it, even years ago, if you wanted to get your vehicle, if you wanted to order one, I want a specific vehicle. I never was able to do that. I did get one. I had to wait a few days because they went and traded with a dealership in Dallas to get the vehicle I wanted. But as far as ordering from the factory, you always had to wait several weeks to
Kathy did that. Kathy
particular.
went on the Ford website, built her car, went down with the deposit, ordered it, and waited 7 weeks.
My 77 Corvette, I ordered it from the factory.
Which back in the 60s and 70s,
what you did.
that was more common, was to order your vehicle, where probably somewhere in the mid-80s through recently until COVID is you bought from inventory because you'd go there and they'd have 150 of whatever body style you're looking for.
Well, that's back to the big inventory levels that we don't have anymore.
correct.
And you know what? I don't know as if we will ever get back to that. Maybe, maybe not. I know that the dealers have got a lot of concrete out there that's exposed, but they have learned how to manage with what they've got.
Right.
And I have a story, as a matter of fact. Dealer profits are at all-time highs, and so they're not hurting that bad. as you would
And
think.
sales are increasing.
Yep. All right. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast source. And the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue right after this quick break.
You're invited to the event of the year. The Houston Auto Show and Houston Boat Show are getting hitched. January 26th to the 30th at NRG Center. The Auto Show and Boat Show unite for the first time ever. Take a test drive, board your dream boat, check out the latest and greatest models. One ticket gets you into 2 great events. The Houston Auto and Boat Show, January 26th through 30th at NRG Center. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Because of inclement weather, the Tailpipes and Tacos December Cruise-In was canceled. Darn it. But when it returns in the spring, expect a new and exciting way to enjoy the gathering. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's unique Saturday morning cruise-in, and with a new quarterly format, you'll have more time for car mods and to get ready for cruise-in trophies. Yup, you can compete for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and more. And the top car will be featured on a full-size poster that'll be used to promote the next event. Bragging rights are guaranteed here. Tailpipes and Tacos wants to thank all participants and visitors who made the event an exclusive, fun gathering of unique cars, trucks, hot rods, and lots of muscle. And we know you'll enjoy it even more in 2022. Tailpipes and Tacos will still be held at the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, just south of I-10 at Kingsland Boulevard on 99, the Grand Parkway. Stay tuned right here to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, and we'll tell you the exact date for the next event. Until next time, be sure to visit the Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, where you'll find the best fajitas this side of California. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.